Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. Well, I have got a star in front of me. Not only is she a model, Hunter McGrady, but she is also now a wedding dress designer. She's a bride. She is a wife. She is a daughter, a sister, because they're here.
Yeah.
And so tell me, you just said you just came from something. Tell me what you just came from.
Oh my gosh, we just came from the most fun segment ever on NBC's California Live. We surprised this incredible young woman named Catherine. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's still going through chemo right now. And we surprised her with her dream wedding dress. It was the most emotional, hour of my life.
So now, how did they contact you? How much time did you have to You showed the dress, so how much time did you have to get the dress and know what she liked?
So
and everything?
she got to pick it out herself, and then we said, "Hey, listen, this is on us."
Oh,
We're
I love it.
surprising
Okay,
you with
got
this.
it.
And she had wrote in, and she was a big fan of mine, so I also surprised her, and it was just a very fun. I love those kinds of segments. You know what I mean? When they're really heartfelt and fun and nice. So yeah, it was cool to be a part of that.
That is so great. So. You have been in Sports Illustrated. You're on the cover of Not.
Yes.
And I guess I like to just say you're a model.
Yeah.
But
you. Yeah.
you are
Plus model.
Plus model. Okay, plus model. But you weren't always a plus model.
Yeah. When I first started modeling, I was about a size 2.
And how old were you?
16.
And you're from here, Southern California, right?
Yeah, from Thousand Oaks.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so not far from here.
Hey, I'm going to be at the Thousand Oaks Civic Arts Center October 18th and 19th, and Hunter will be there with the sister and the mother.
You better believe we're going to be front
Yes,
row. Yeah,
yes.
screaming.
So I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
So you grew up here.
So I grew up here. My mom was a model, and it was just something I always saw. My dad's
and you're very
an actor.
tall. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay,
so
great.
I'm
and your dad's an actor.
Yeah.
And what kind of stuff has he done?
Right now he's recurring on SEAL Team. He's on
McDonald.
They're divorced, but still.
Sorry, whatever.
Yeah, hey, listen. He's been an actor for 38 years.
I saw his photo and he looks familiar. I watched Ray Donovan. And he's one of those people that's always worked, right? Yeah,
forever.
I can tell.
And you know his face always.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So he gets people walking up to him being like, "Do we go to high school together? Do I know you from
He's
this?"
like, "No, it's Ray Donovan."
Yeah,
totally. So yeah, my mom was a model, so I grew up seeing her tear sheets and her covers and things like that, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do this. This is exactly my, and anytime someone put a camera to me, I was like, I livened up. And
even
I was
as a little child.
Yeah, totally. But I couldn't maintain this size 2 frame. It just wasn't
so you were size 2 when you started modeling, in high school or what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, in high school. And then, as I, went into agencies and was working more, they were like, listen, if you could just narrow it down a little bit more. And I was like, well, it's
more narrow than a 2.
Yeah, it's bone there at that point. And I could, can you imagine? So I took about 4 years off, and I nannied, and I just figured my life out, went to therapy, kind of got my mind right. And, because I struggled a lot with my weight and thinking I had to look a certain way. And
Did you ever suffer with any eating disorders?
Not anything like anorexia or, anything like that. But there was times where I was like, you know what? Hold the, I just want lettuce, and I want to work out because I want to make this dream come true.
Right.
And, so, that was always an issue. It was a mental thing. And I think that that's hard to change with anybody is getting over that hurdle. So then I learned about plus size modeling.
So when you said no, I'm not getting thinner than a size 2. Let me just go do some things. So now you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Were you fuck it and started to eat, or were you just slowly just kind of just getting into a groove of a happy lifestyle? What was it?
I was getting into the groove of it because it wasn't for me. It wasn't that easy. Fuck it. Let's have a piece of cake now. It was oh my god, what do I do with this body now? Can I nourish it? What do I do here? Because now I'm not going to be a model. So now I have to figure out what else I'm going to do.
Okay.
So during this time I was I I guess, working out, went to church, went to therapy, went to all these things trying to get myself right. And during that, I was nannying 12 kids, 2 families of 6. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. I mean, you're telling me, right? Got me ready, though, because I have a stepdaughter, so really prepared me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was kind of just, like, along this journey of trying to find myself. And then when I was 19, I learned about plus modeling, and I was like,
how did you learn about where it clicked? Like, where did it come? How did it come
so
out?
3 girls were on the cover of Vogue Italia, who are now 3 of my dear friends, and it was Robin Lawley, Candace Huffine, and Tara Lynn. And I was like, oh my God, these plus models are some of the most.
So was it
stunning
literally
women.
like you're walking by the newsstand and
Yeah.
you saw it?
Yep. I was literally, or it was actually sent to my house randomly. I don't even think we were I don't even know what. I remember having the magazine like in my mailbox, and I was
That's so
first of all, I'm not
cool.
even like subscribed to Vogue Italia, and it was like, I don't know, was God like,
Yes.
you need to do this? Yeah.
I think
now
God
that
was.
we're going through this, I'm
Yes.
like, maybe this is a moment. Yeah. So I looked at that cover and I was like, oh my God, whatever this is, I want to be a part of it. So I learned about plus size modeling, and at first I was like, oh my God, that means like that you're overweight and this and that and the other thing. But as I like learned more about it, I was like, well, I'm just being me, and as I am in my body. Like at the time I was about a size 12, 14, and I was like, this is awesome that I'm able to do what I love and be in my body. And
So
not
how
have to
did
kill
you
myself
find,
over
like,
it.
did you look up an agency or did you go to your old agency and what happened?
So one of my friends who is a very well-known actress in Hollywood, she used to be repped by a woman named Tana, and Tana ended up swaying away from managing and went into curve modeling at Wilhelmina. So she was like,
I like curve modeling better than...
yes, right?
That's what because
That's,
I
like, sexier.
yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she's curvy. You
Yeah,
know, like
exactly.
Not, oh, she's plussy. Like,
Yeah,
anyway,
like no one says that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so I went into Wilhelmina and I signed that day, and then from there I literally I went to swim week in Miami and got Forever 21, and it was like, okay, this is what I meant to do. This is how it was supposed to be for me, So
And so are there any restraints or negatives about being a curve model?
oh my God, there's so many, and I think that the thing is it's like, people I think also think that curve models just like sit around and eat bonbons all day, and you just don't have to do anything. You just show up on set, and I'm like, I work out every single day, and like I'm very careful with what I eat, and because I want to be healthy.
Right. You gotta have glowy skin. It's not like you can just like eat candy all day. Yeah.
So, also there, comes a lot of backlash. Like whenever SI comes out, there's tons of backlash. But for me, I'm like, bring it on. Because I know that
There's backlash
means,
because they're not used to seeing different types of people in their magazines.
Yes. But MJ Day, the editor-in-chief of the swimsuit issue, is like, perfect, because we're not going to stop this. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like every year she's like, we're going to do more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's 2019, like why are we so judgmental of people, and why are we so how is it not okay that a curvier girl is on a billboard or on a cover of a magazine or whatever it is,
Well, it's funny because I just did this show last night called Punchline where comedians have to come up with headline. So the challenge was, I forgot the rapper, but she comes up with body positive raps.
Yeah.
So they're like, you have to do your body positive rap. So I came out and I'm like, I like flat butts and I cannot lie. Those bubble butts don't need to apply. With a medium waist in my face and a pancake ass, I get sprung. And so I done it, and everything. And then the other comedian who is curvy and African American, Luella, she's so funny, and she's like, but it's supposed to be about this. And then Ben Cleve goes, I don't think body positivity should be fights about who's more body positive.
That's
because we're literally like, I'm more body positive than you. I have a chicken leg.
Yeah.
Why does anyone not? It's not all about curve. Because I'm like, then when some people don't have the curvy body that's really
They're
in
still
right now,
go through shit,
then you're still, and it's like, well, everyone should just be grateful, whether you have chicken legs or cankles. Just be grateful you have legs at all.
Yeah,
Just be
that's what I always tell people. I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone's forgetting body positive here, because you're right. It's like a who's more body positive.
Yeah, and then and then they see someone that's skinny or naturally skinny, or you don't know their story, and it's like, have a sandwich.
Yeah, and it's like,
well,
first of all,
maybe-
that's also hurtful.
Really?
Okay, please. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, body positivity is not just for curve people. It's literally from every size of body.
So one of my best Instagrams, because Kelly, who works with me, helps me with social media, and I took a photo with another guest.
Yeah.
And it was Shep from Southern Charm, and I had shorts on, and this person wrote, "Oh my God, enough with the chicken legs prominently displayed in every outfit and photo. Try something new." So then I wrote beneath it, and I go, "Let's see what @PETA has to say about your derogatory comment about chicken." And so then Kelly goes, "Everyone's really liking your comment. I think we should screen grab it and make it its own thing." 8,800 likes. So, and I wrote, "Chicken legs matter," and "chicken leg positivity."
I need to share this
Because
immediately
everybody,
when I had my phone.
you know what I mean? It's like,
but it's so
it's
true.
about it's about, accepting everybody, being happy in your body. It's like, exactly, you just went with a girl who, is fighting cancer.
Yeah.
It's like, be grateful
that we have chicken legs.
That you're just healthy, that I'm not going through.
No.
Like I'd always every time I turn another age, I'd be like 40 and cancer free. I've never had cancer.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is it only people that recover from cancer are like grateful that they don't have cancer?
Right.
Every day I don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're like,
thank God. I got a mammogram. I'm like, woohoo! Like,
yeah.
Thank God, because
I think
we see people go through that, and it's just like, you're.
Do you think we should start a hashtag all chicken legs matter movement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely people out there.
Coming from a publicity standpoint.
And I like my legs, but then I also have these things where I go, oh my God, they look too skinny in certain things. And I don't want that to look weird or be offsetting. And it's the same thing that anybody else would have about like, oh, I don't like my arm or my little love handle, or I don't like that this jean is coming at, and so, okay,
Right.
So getting back to you. So you were saying, some of the things, but I'm saying as far as working, like, do you ever still feel like for certain campaigns, you're not the right size, you're too small, you're too tall, you're too big? Does that still happen in the curve world as well as somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Totally. I think in the curve world, it's like the small size 14 is really like the sweet spot.
Okay.
That's like what works constantly, and like we'll get all the e-commerce jobs and whatever. But for me, I'm kind of like, okay, if I'm a 14, great. If I'm a 16, great. Like, I'm living my best life.
Right.
I'm not gonna change that for somebody else. You know what I mean? And like, I've been doing pretty good with it. So
how did you meet your husband?
Snapchat. Oh my God. And he's 17 years older than me, so he would have never.
How did you know how to do Snapchat?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Literally every time I'm always like, oh my God, he was 38 at the time. Like, he literally doesn't have any social presence.
That's how I met Kelly, because like a year or two ago, I go, I don't know how to do Snapchat, and I really don't want to take on another thing. Can somebody help me? Yeah. And then we met, but she was still in college. But I don't do Snapchat. I just do Instagram.
Same.
Because Snapchat I felt was too overwhelming. But so he hits you up on Snapchat.
He hit me up on Snapchat, and he was like, okay. So he was on a date with this girl who was a fan of mine and who had followed me for years.
On social media.
Instagram. They were on a date, and she was like, who's like your dream girl? And he was like, that's a weird question. He's like, I don't know, I like tall, blonde, curvy. Okay. So then she goes, well, you have to follow this girl Hunter on Snapchat. She's super like quirky and weird. I was traveling at the time. And,
but was this fan who was on a date with your future husband?
I don't think she realized what she was setting him up.
Was she a tall, blonde, curvy girl?
Yes, I think she was. So I think that was another thing. Needless to say, they're still together today. The date went well. No, can you imagine?
No, I was like, wait, I thought you got married. Yeah.
No, needless to say, that was their first and last date, right?
Okay.
So she was.
Have you ever met this girl to thank her?
Never.
Okay, if she's listening,
can you
we'd like
give
to hear
me your
from you.
address, because I want to send you champagne.
Yeah.
Or flowers. I don't know, anything. So he like slid into my DMs, and I was in New York at the time, traveling back and forth from LA, and he was like, hey, he said something really funny and then mentioned that he was 6'5", and I was like, okay. Like,
I mean, I'm all about the height too.
I know.
I mean, I'm 5. I could be shrinking, but I was like 5'9", 5'10".
Okay.
And now my boys are 1'6'4". One had a literal growth between a week.
Yeah.
I just
Well, that's
visited
usually
him
the case, right?
Yeah, and but it was a challenge always finding a tall guy. I was always like, I need a tall guy. So when my husband was presented to me as a setup, it was, how tall is he? 6'3", and I was like, all right, well,
Yep.
let's.
So it was just funny. Yeah, exactly. It was funny how he slid that in. I was like, oh,
Yes.
okay. I was like, this is interesting, not just like a friend thing. Like, we're now telling me your height. So
Wait, I want to ask one thing about your tall husband. Did he ever date girls that were short?
all of them. I'm the first tall girl he's ever dated.
Did he ever find that tall girls, like one time this comedian, and I apologize because I don't know who did it, it's such a funny joke, he's really tall,
Yeah.
and his wife or girlfriend was small, and he's like, the tall women would be like, stick to your own kind, like all like racist.
So literally,
Like, we don't have that many. How dare you take one of them?
It is so true. It is so true. Like, we get pissed off, right, when we see that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it is totally like, that's hysterical. I want to find out.
So you were the first tall?
I was the first tall girl. Like, what? Isn't that weird? And the first like curvy girl. So, yeah. So
Okay, so you meet him, you're talking on the thing.
and then I'm like, add me on Facebook because I don't know what you look like. You could, for all I know, you're a 6'5" woman. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. His icon was just the Snapchat logo. I don't know. You
Yeah.
know. So I added him on Facebook, and I was like, oh, okay, cute. So I messaged him back, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's get drinks on Friday. Like, see what happens.
And
from
he
there.
lived around here?
He lived in New York.
Oh.
So this was in New York because now I
Oh.
live there. I moved for him 3 months later. I moved for my career, but
Yeah.
you know, and my mom's over there crying. So yeah.
Do you live in New York now?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. Well, I'm bi-coastal. I come back here like because I
Oh.
can't leave these two. My sister and my mom are behind camera.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he messaged me and I was like, okay, so let's get drinks on Friday. We got drinks, and like the moment I walked in, I saw him. He was facing. I could just see his profile, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna marry. Like, I was like, this is my husband. I'm gonna marry him. All these thoughts were going through my head.
Now, what
I'm
were
gonna
your
have to
past
move out.
romantic relationships like?
Just it goes silent for 5 minutes. They were the guy before my husband. I would show you a photo, and you would probably go, no. There's no possible way. Tatted head to
Tatted
face.
head?
To head to face to toe. Okay?
How'd you find him?
Bumble. And there's where we lie. There's where the mistakes lie. Okay?
Why
A nice
were
gentleman.
So were you into like the tatted guy, like the bad boy tatted guy?
So I thought I wanted this like bad boy moment, and then I was like, oh, it's like a bad boy moment. So my sister literally took me to breakfast one time from his house, and she was like, so
what did he do for a living?
he was in a heavy metal band. Heather, I was going through it. Okay, I know. You can imagine my mom. Look at my sweet mom over there going. So my sister took me to breakfast, and she was like, well, here's the deal. Like, you have to break up with him, right? Look, she can't.
Yeah.
She was literally like, you have to break up with him because like mom and dad, like, this is just not okay, right? I thought it was heartbroken. I was like, oh my God, my bad.
Was it like hot sex? What was this?
Yeah, but it went not even because he like had some issues. With bad boy moments comes like all this issues that you can't even. I mean, no.
Erectile dysfunction.
I'm like, he's your biggest fan, so he's listening. No, can you imagine?
Yeah.
He's a big Heather McDonald fan. He's a heavy metal singer.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my sister was like, you had to break up with him, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to New York, and I was like, I'm gonna find myself, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I met my husband, finding myself. I know. So I don't.
So you see this tall drink of water, and you're immediately like,
I
that's
was
my
like-
husband. It was a moment, like a movie moment.
No,
Like you turned and looked at
yeah.
you, and you're like,
Isn't that so dumb? Like,
no, that's
did
what
you
I
feel
had.
like
Yes,
it too?
I had that too.
What did you do? Were you just like, oh my God, I'm gonna.
Well, in my day, we were like the opposite of The Secret, where it's like you didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
So I
you don't
didn't
talk
like
about it.
tell anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But I was like secretly like that, you know. And then after the first date, I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to. And like to my girlfriends and stuff, I was like, I don't want to say it out loud. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Because God's just gonna go. You want to talk about this? Nope.
Yeah, and then, and by the way, that
Totally.
is not the right way to be. It's much better to be like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fall in love.
Totally.
I'm gonna have the greatest day today. It's
Yeah.
much better to be like that. I didn't realize that till that stupid
course.
Secret movie came out.
ruined our lives.
Yes, but
Yes.
but now I tell people like yes. So you had like a moment.
Yeah, I had a moment, and then we shut down the bar like until 4 a.m.
Yes.
And he was the first guy, Mom, cover your ears, that I was ever like come back home with me because like I was like I want to like you know, and also like keep talking and like
Yes.
see what else you have to offer. He also has an 8-year-old daughter. So by the time she was 4, but so yeah, it was just like
Does he have a
lot.
decent relationship with the ex?
Yeah, thank
Oh,
God.
that's good.
Because I have a lot of friends who have in this situation
Yeah.
and it's just not good. And I'm like, thank God that they're okay. You know what I mean? For all of our sake.
So you get along with her too.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And she's remarried, has kids of her own.
Yeah, good.
So that's good. But yeah, it was just like, I was like, oh my God, this is my husband.
So how long did you guys date before you got the ring?
We were dating a year and a half. Yeah.
Just perfect.
Yeah. Just a year and a half.
And then
And a year and a half later, we got married.
let me see your ring. Ooh, very nice.
Yes.
I love your band.
Thanks. Yeah,
Too.
I was like, I'm gonna do enough, and then when the baby, eventually, we're gonna do. We're just gonna stack until my finger is all diamonds.
Are you trying to get pregnant now? How old are you now?
26.
Oh,
and
you're
he's
young.
40, and he's 42.
Oh, okay.
So I wanna in the next couple years, because I don't want him to be, you know, in his 50s and a newborn on the way. So
They'll be fine though. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine because
we
luckily,
feel
guys.
more about your timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't worry about it. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
What does it matter if he's 46 or 50?
They're all the same, right? Nothing changes for the men.
Yeah.
And the women were like, oh my God, we're 37, we better go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. But so, yeah, it's been really awesome. He's great.
And so when you're planning your wedding, did you design your own dress?
Yes.
Is this your actual wedding dress?
That's the first one. Yeah, I did 2 of them.
Of course you did.
Of course.
My day, you just had one dress.
I know.
Why did you only do 2 and not 3?
Listen, I know.
You didn't do a little slut dress for the party after?
I should have. I
Yeah.
should have, knowing me. Look at my wedding dress. You can almost see my tits just hanging out there. So, you know.
So this was the dress to get married in or the dinner
Yes.
dress?
No, that's the one I got married in. So I'm like out in
Yeah.
the crowd there, girl.
And so you designed this?
Yes.
And
Yep.
what made you decide to design your dress and not just buy one?
Because I couldn't find one that like I loved and that fit me great, and I was like, nothing is like sexy. Like I was like, you know, my sister literally got like the sexy dress. Like I was like, well, I can't wear the dress my sister wore. 'Cause
Oh,
she
when you
wore it.
got
Like,
married.
and she
Yeah.
got married a year before me.
Yes.
And I loved her dress, and I was like, oh my God. And then I kept looking, and I was like, I don't love anything else though, you know? So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and design
Oh, this
it.
is fall 2019. This just came out.
Yeah, literally like a week ago.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. You're on the cover.
Yep. The first plus size bride on like a mainstream bridal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I see that sometimes because I'm very into the TLC show.
Yes. Say yes to the dress.
Say yes to the dress.
Yeah.
And they do have a variety of different types of girls. They've had trans girls. They've had, you know, I love the stories.
Yeah.
But one thing I've noticed that happens is when a curvy girl comes in, if she hasn't come in early enough, they're all in a panic that they don't have any dresses for her that they can get quickly enough.
Yeah.
So then her choice is much more limited.
Yeah.
And I was sort of surprised. I'm like, in this day and age in Kleinfeld, you would think that, you know,
I know,
and
you would
especially
think-
when you're catering to a show where you have a variety of girls, you would think, no, like, disrespect to Kleinfeld, but they'll have to start carrying. So now do you have your own line?
So these dresses will be sold through Waters, who did the dress. And then I have my second dress is in there as well.
Can you show me
yes,
where it is?
Page 155. It's so weird how I know exactly. It's strange. So my second dress. This
Oh,
is the
your spread is gorgeous.
Thank you. This is my second dress. It was like an ode to Meghan Markle's, but sexier because I can never just keep it.
Yes. Oh, wait, this is the back.
Yep. And the front is like a high neck. It looks almost exactly like Meghan Markle's Stella McCartney.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Do you know I predicted what Meghan Markle would wear?
Did you? The first dress too?
Yes, just the first dress,
Okay.
not the second dress. The first dress I did, and I thank God I was on a TV show in Chicago, and I said it, so I have a record.
So you.
I said it's not going to be lace because the other princess wore lace,
Okay.
Kate.
So give you money to bet on other.
Also, it was her second
Thanks.
wedding. So I think she wasn't going to, like, overly, you know,
up.
bride it up.
Yeah.
And I said, I see her doing something just very plain material, but a boat neck. And when I woke up and saw it, I was like shaking. I was like, Heather, you have a gift
You have a gift, and don't let this
for
go
predicting
unnoticed.
fashion. Yeah. And thank God I had some, you know, a record of it This is
Wow.
great. These are great. I love this.
Yeah, and then I also guest edited the magazine as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
These are so
So I'm
pretty.
coming for Anna Wintour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? And did you enjoy the process of planning your wedding, or was it overwhelming?
I really enjoyed it. Everything was very, like, I didn't even have a wedding planner. I did it myself. Like, on trains, planes, automobiles, I was, like, on my phone, like, planning my wedding. But I liked it because I basically already laid it all out on Pinterest. It was just, like, pulling the trigger and being like, okay, this is the vendor, yada, yada. I schmoozed a little bit.
Where did
like,
you do it? You did it
in Moore Park.
Oh, right.
California,
Out
in
here.
Eden Gardens.
And did your was your daughter able to be the flower girl?
She was a junior bridesmaid.
Oh,
and
you
I
stepped it up a notch.
She was like, she's like, I'm too old to be a flower girl, so
Yeah.
what's next for me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you junior bridesmaid. She also got a custom dress.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You're like,
Did
you're
you
setting
design
her
that
up
too?
for spoiledness. Yeah, I designed that as well.
Oh my God, how fun!
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is next for you?
So I am not allowed to talk too much about what I have coming up, but I'm working on a clothing line, which is very exciting.
Love that.
Super excited. And that will probably launch spring 2020.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a couple other things.
And where will it launch, do you think? Like, or can you not say?
We can't say yet.
Okay.
I know. Don't you hate that? I'm sure you
But
have.
it's going to be a variety of different
Yeah, and it's going to be
clothes.
inclusive sizing. So, like you could buy it and then we could wear the same outfit.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that's all
yeah.
I've ever wanted was like a size 0 to 30. Like
Mhm.
everybody can shop it. So that'll be coming out in spring 2020.
And the other thing I didn't realize about, curvier sizes is that how oftentimes they were so much more expensive.
It is unbelievable. Yeah. Like literally the same garment could be like a $20 difference.
It's like when you go to the dry cleaners and your husband's shirt is less to dry clean than the
Of
woman's.
course,
And
yeah.
you're like, sometimes I'm like, yeah.
This is Trump's America.
Yeah, this is my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. This is my husband's shirt. It's actually my dress.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
So you live now, but predominantly in New York.
I mean,
What does your husband do? Can you say?
So he is a vice president of creative direction for a pharmaceutical ad agency. That's a mouthful. I did that. Yeah.
So he's like the full businessman.
He's the full businessman.
Is
in,
he
like,
involved
pharma.
at all in helping you launch your businesses?
Yeah, he wants to be like he's like, when can I quit and work for you? Like, I'm like, hey, bud, you have the 9-to-5 paycheck. We're going to keep that for a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice to have
Take you
someone
on.
that has a business mind.
It is, and
finances.
he's really great. Like he does, because he's went to school for like graphic design and all that stuff. Like he did all my logos. He does like my brand identity and all that stuff.
Nice.
Which is he's pretty,
Yeah.
not just a hat rack. So
Yeah.
love him.
Well, I think it's so great that we just see so many different types of people on TV and in commercials and all of that, and I think because then it stops being something like, oh,
Yeah.
that's that's a a larger person, or that's an interracial couple, or that's a gay couple, or whatever. Like, you just become like, my kids are
normal.
like, whatever, they don't see anything. Like, I remember growing up and we had to make they gave us magazines. I was in 2nd grade or something. Here, make you cut out things and make yourself.
Yeah.
And me being white but brown haired, brown eyes, when I grew up, every model was blonde, blue eyed.
Oh, yeah.
Every model, like Christy Brinkley.
Yep.
All these
Claudia
people.
Schiffer,
So then
yeah.
when Cindy Crawford,
Oh.
like, some girls may be like, you're my hunter. Cindy Crawford was the first that I was like, we've got a brunette. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a big deal that you see one person that you're like, now I'm a model.
Yeah.
Shake that
Finally,
body.
yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, okay. And now
Yeah.
it sounds so ridiculous because
No,
you're like,
I
what do you
know.
mean? Like, that you were, but it's just about
Yeah.
seeing, identifying with other people that you feel, oh, I can do that too.
Totally. And
so-
that's why it was so special with this girl today that
Yes.
we were with, because it was like, that was the vibe. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, that's everything that I like dream of and promote. And I want people to feel seen. It's 2019.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much. Everybody follow Hunter. I'm sure you're big on the gram.
Yes, at Hunter McGrady on the
Yes.
gram.
If you're looking to get married, get your magazine.
And Sports Illustrated is also on stands right now.
Oh
so
my
wow.
God.
So you can see two different sides of me.
I love
Yeah.
it. Nice. This is so great. I'm gonna. This is mine to keep. I want to keep it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Did your husband wear like a traditional suit or like something funky?
He wore a suit because he's like a little, like he's very like Clark Kent vibes. Like he kind of looks like him too. So he just wore like a gray suit. I can't imagine my husband being like, I'm gonna wear floral. You know?
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
this was fun.
so much.
Thank you. This is great. God, you're killing it.
Oh, thanks, babe.